that much weight, and I was losing weight. So Greenbelly kind of came up with the idea when I was hiking, like, let's make something that packs in some calories, you know?
And how did you do that though? How did you, like, these things are super dense. Like, for people that are listening, I'm holding this bag and it has 2 bars in it. And dude, I've eaten these before. I've eaten 2 bars and I'm good for fucking a day. I mean, it's just a normal day, like not hiking or anything crazy, but it's really dense. They're heavy. Like, you hear that, folks? Listen to that.
It's a brick of food.
It's a lot of food. Like, how did you figure out how to do that?
I knew nutritionally, I had an idea of where I wanted it to be, or, you know, as a concept for like this kind of ultimate backpacking meal. And then I worked with a food scientist. So I knew that I knew nothing about nutrition. I just kind of knew, I wanted to scratch my own itch, you know. I had an itch and I wanted a better backpacking meal. So I knew conceptually what I wanted it to be. And then after playing around in my mom's kitchen, trying to get something, I was like, this is way over my head, you know, like trying to get the nutritional profile where I want it to be, get it to taste good, get like ingredients that don't react with each other and spoil, and then trying to get like it to literally form together and not fall apart. It was like you start like having this really complicated stuff. So I tried to just find search around and see, you know, what kind of person could help me. I was looking around nutritionists and chefs and all that kind of stuff, and ended up coming with the term food scientist. And food scientist helped me really formulate the meal. And then, you know, then it was just kind of a feedback game from what he could do from a nutritional point of view, from a shelf life and flavor profile. Then it was just making sure the darn things tasted good, you know? So I went to like a hiking festival and handed out hundreds of samples, just got a bunch of feedback from hikers, and then, yeah, kind of ran with it. And, yeah, it's been doing well.
Well, they're good, man, and I eat them all the time. So I'm impressed.
They're
delicious. You know, my favorite one is the chocolate one, though. What is that? Which one?
Dark chocolate. Yeah, dark chocolate banana. Yeah, we have banana chips in there, but
good for real. It's got. I'm trying to stay on a ketogenic diet.
That's what's so funny, Joe. When you were talking about it, I was like, yeah, man, we got high carbs.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. But on a cheat meal, these are good. Or if I'm desperado for food. Yeah. But also, see, you can, the thing about ketogenic diets is you can every now and then fuck up, as long as you're not, you know, as long as you're pretty consistent with a high fat content diet. And then what I'll do is I'll take an exogenous ketone. You can take like drinks that you mix up that put you in a ketogenic state. Even after you could drink like a whole Coca-Cola and then drink one of these ketogenic drinks, and it knocks you back in a state of ketosis.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty scientific shit. This guy, Dom DeAugustino, invented it. He's a scientist out of the University of Florida.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's ways you can manipulate your metabolism in that way where it specifically burns fat. There's a lot of benefits. One of the big benefits is your appetite. Appetite suppressant's amazing, because if I go on, and I do switch over, like if I cheat, like if I go on vacation or something like that, and I just start eating tacos or whatever. When you your body goes into a carbohydrate burning state, you get way hungrier. Like you burn through that carbohydrate pretty quickly. It's quick burning fuel, and then your body doesn't have the carbs anymore, so you go into this real hungry state. Whereas if you're in a ketogenic state, your body's burning fat, you're eating fats, and then when there's no more food, your body starts burning its own fat, and so you don't get that crazy hunger craving that you get when you're on a carb-based diet. There's arguments for both sides. And I'm going to bring in some people that are anti-ketogenic diet as well, so get a balanced perspective on it.
I listened to, I don't remember his name, but it was a nutritionist. He had written a book. He was on your podcast a while ago.
Chris Kresher?
Maybe.
Gary Taubes, The Case Against Sugar, but he's not a nutritionist.
This is pretty recently. But
Rob Wolf? Maybe. Recently.
Honestly, it was real recent.
Wired to Eat? Rob Wolf?
That sounds right.
Rob, yeah.
But the level of nutrition that guy knew, I was fascinated.
That's Rob. Like, yeah, that must be Rob.
Oh,
Wolf.
man, he was just, whoa.
He's the guy he's the actual guy that invented the concept of quote unquote bulletproof coffee. That guy kind of stole it. Rob Wolf's concept came first, and he wrote about it in 2005. The idea of adding MCT oil and butter to coffee to give healthy fats with coffee. Yeah, Rob is a scientist, and he's like way ahead of the curve when it comes
Impressive,
to nutrition.
dude.
And, yeah.
Impressive. Like y'all's conversation was just interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of those guys out there now. It's really a fascinating time when it comes to nutrition, and also what's really good about him is he's constantly experimenting. He's very honest and very open about his experiments, and he's also really adamant about the possibility, or not the possibility, but the reality rather, that people are very different. And everyone's
variability,
needs,
right?
Yeah, the variability it's very wide. So like what is healthy for you might not necessarily be healthy for me, and what changes your blood sugar levels is not going to change mine. It's very, very different. And so
interesting stuff. So it's like I remember when y'all's conversation, I was thinking like, is there not something out there, just a simple a blood test or something where it's just like, what do I need?
Right,
You know, what's
right.
good for me? What's the simplest way to find out, is this good? Is this bad? What do I need? You know,
you really just have to experiment. And then on top of that, there's a lot of other variables, like how much sleep are you getting? What's your cortisol levels? How much stress are you under? And those factors also have to be taken into consideration when you formulate a diet, because it'll vary depending upon your stress levels. It's
complicated stuff.
Very, very complicated. But these delicious shit. I wish you well with this, my friend.
Thanks, man. Yeah, really glad you
go buy them, you fucks. And the book, How to Hike the Appalachian Trail. This is available everywhere, right?
Yeah, and that was just a fun side project. Truly, just wrote that in about a month over, just kind of out how to hike the AT. So it's gear talk, whole bunch of stuff. You know, a few trail tales in there.
Listen, I really enjoyed talking to you, man. You've lived a fascinating life, and you continue to do so. So good luck to you, and thanks again.
Thanks, Joe. Good talk.
Christopher Cage, ladies and gentlemen. No relationship to Nicholas. See you soon, folks. Bye.
Boom.